look to line up our next match, which is also featuring Simba. It's going to be Secret Paladin versus the Jade Shaman of Flying Kraken.
Let's see, the 2015 Secret Paladin right here. So we have this list topping out with this mysterious challengers, of course. You got to have those in that Secret Paladin. You've got Dr. Boom and the Tyrion Forging topped out. This one, quite a bit more aggressive, lower curve than the decks that we just saw. Very curious to see how the mysterious challengers reply these secrets will kind of fare in this matchup, and that is versus the Jade Shaman, correct? You just said.
Yes,
That
so the
is
2016
16. Here we go.
Jade Shaman. Not bad. It's a 2015 versus a 2016 here.
Mhm. Yeah, and the interesting thing about this Jade Shaman as well, we see here in this list, if people remember, Spirit Claws, Tunnel Trog, you got the Flame Totem, Jade Claws. It's actually a fairly aggressive deck. The Totem Golem, it's a very strong starting potential. And then later in the game, that's probably what Kraken is going to aim for, right? Some of this early game stuff to push some uh, really big pressure early on and then top out later with the Jades.
Oh yeah, and it does have to be said, like is being mentioned by Azalea in chat here, there is no spell damage totem
That's
anymore. The
right.
game
Yeah.
has changed, and this
Yeah.
shaman deck definitely made very good use of spell damage totems. So we'll see if that winds up being a difference maker. Anytime we see strength totems show up, and there's like a Maelstrom portal or a Jade Claws in
Yeah.
or not Jade Claws, the Spirit Claws in hand, they're gonna feel like, oh man, if only.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And that's kind of one interesting thing, like trying to take some of these decks and try to play them again after there's been all these changes mentioned earlier about the like some of the decks just would not absolutely work at all because of nerfs and other changes to cards. So this definitely one where maybe it was a little bit of a downside, but I think even without that spell damage totem, yes, that's a downside, and that kind of will feel bad in those moments. I think there's
Yep.
still enough here that it can do a lot.
Absolutely, and our players are ready. So let's dive in again here. We've got the Shaman versus the Paladin, 2016 versus 2015. Who's going to come out on top on this one? Will Simba remain undefeated, or will Flying Kraken find his first victory of this tournament?
Right.
Curve deck doing its curve thing.
Yeah.
If you
Honestly,
remember Secret
but
Paladin, well, it was 1 through like 8. They had everything.
yeah, but look at on the other side too for the shaman, you got
Oh my god.
the tunnel trog, you got the totem golem, you've got the jade claws.
Yeah, this is power versus power. These decks are doing exactly what they want to do.
Yeah.
Sadly for the Shaman as well, it's suffering from another nerf. That's a 4-mana Hex
Yeah.
in hand. They're reverting that in the core set too, but not
Yep.
yet.
That first jade there.
All right, out comes the claws to knock off that divine shield, and right on cue, curve paladin gonna do curve things.
Yes, it is. I love the setup by Simba of the secret as well with this divine shield minion. Just going to be able to resummon that with, well, only 1 health, but it's going to get that divine shield back if it dies. So it seems like a pretty fantastic setup there. This single minion getting a lot of
Yeah.
value there for Simba.
Definitely works out really well. Shielded mini bot doing work.
Yeah. Now that one overloaded crystal, not really impactful as much this turn, but Kraken gonna be overloaded again next turn now because of this golem, and that's gonna mean no potential to coin into Azure Drake and get some extra draw going.
Oh, Dragon Rider of the memories. Piloted Shredder on 4.
There it is.
Here we go.
This is the kind of tempo that we miss, right? We miss this tempo.
Pretty decent pickup though. Spell damage totem notwithstanding, not being like an option. Maelstrom Portal does get to knock off a Divine Shield and help clean up board a little bit.
Yeah. That's definitely a good option there. Can make a value trade from Kraken here. Yeah, it looks like it. I also didn't mind the option of coining into the Hex and just getting rid of that Shredder Death Rattle and then just kind of removing the taunt. I thought that could have been an option as well that turn, but Flying Kraken being pretty patient with this coin.
Fair, yeah, and it might also just be valuing Hex more for something like a Tyrion.
True. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so out comes the first slightly awkward curve for the Paladin here.
Yeah.
Missing on the Lotheb on 5.
Yeah, I think the worst part here for Simba on this Paladin is there's only one card in hand now. No
True.
draw. That card does not create more cards in hand or draw, so kind of at the mercy of top decks at this point. That's a little bit rough.
Another secret. Yeah, the downfall of Secret Paladin when it doesn't draw the Mysterious Challenger on 6 as well.
Yes.
Curve's looking great early. It's starting to slow down, but there is a lot of power that Simba has been able to generate through these turns.
And one of those Maelstrom portals already been used, so pretty good, follow-up board after one of those has already been used up to say, okay, well, now I'm going to go wide on this board, and you have to have the other one to clear this up.
Yeah, Kraken's got his back against the wall here. Does pick up a huge card. If only he had it one turn sooner.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is...
Looking at 10 incoming damage from the Paladin if he goes all face. Now that's an intriguing trade to consider, a 4-2 into a 1-1. I'm hoping I'm not seeing that trade. Okay.
Yeah. It was reconsidered.
And hey, there's another Shredder. Why not slam that one down too?
I mean,
play all the cards.
Yeah.
Gonna go conservative though, hold it back, saying this board is enough. And we'll see if it is. Gets the bad news on Flying Kraken's side that there is a secret blocking this.
But
Lightning Storm still is a clear, but still dead in most cases.
I mean, the Hex can come down too. Like Hex and then the Lightning Storm helps clear up a lot as well, but yeah, still facing down a lot of damage.
You can always get the classic Doomsayer roll off of the Shredder.
True.
Not the case here. So Flying Kraken is 1 damage off of being dead.
Yeah. This is a pretty good follow-up and clear though. Not only clears the board, going for the Hex would have cleared a little bit more, not allowing for another thing to be created, but instead of going for the Hex, Kraken went for dealing some damage and creating another Jade, which I think I like as well. Kind of what we talked about in the previous matchup, where it's not only removal, it's removing and creating something on your own board.
This is a very sticky, difficult to remove board. There's no healing in Flying Kraken's hand. Is
this lethal for Kraken? This is just...
Oh, wow. I wasn't even looking at it.
Yeah. I was like, wait, there's a lot of damage on the board.
One
off. They're both
tragic. Tragic for the Shaman. And here we go. Simba picking up another victory. 2015 takes down 2016. We've got our first, could you call it an upset of the tournament? I don't know, is Jade Shaman really that much better than Secret Paladin? Who knows? But there we go.